Shields up, Ironbreakers. How's everybody doing? Today, we're back in Dragon's Dogma. Boy, has it been a long time since we've last been here. So before we begin, I'd just like to mention that this code was provided to me by Capcom so that I could give it a look, tell you guys my opinions on it. And I can't really tell you my opinions on it because I've played it back in the PlayStation 3, and this game is fantastic. I like it a lot. It's not perfect. It's got a couple of kinks here and there. So it's not a game that's going to be for everyone because, you know, it's the kind of game that is, how should I put this? It's got really good combat, in my opinion, but it really requires you to have an understanding of all the systems behind that combat. And maybe it doesn't do the best job explaining a lot of those systems. Like, to give you guys an idea, for instance, even at the character creation screen, which you usually think, you know, I'm going to create a character however the hell I want, and that character is going to be my character, and that's that. But even there are specific things that will affect your character, like your character's weight, your character's height. All of these are things that have in-game influences. Minor in-game influence, but some in-game influence. Just like leveling up a character. Particularly in this game, you're kind of like, oh, I can swap classes whenever I want. This is great. But leveling up a certain class will make you more powerful in certain stats. So it's not like, oh, I'll just, half of the game I'll be a fighter, and then the other half of the game I'll be a mage. That's probably not going to be the best character for you. Actually, I don't know the stat calculations on that because that actually might be okay. I'm just giving you an overall example. But anyway, I love this game on the PlayStation 3. There's probably already a full playthrough in the channel somewhere. But today we're going back. We're going to recreate the Double Dwarves. And I know that some of you guys might have some fond memories of the Double Dwarves. I know I definitely do. Which means we're going to have to spend some time in the character creation screen. Not just yet, though, because first there's the introduction. But eventually, once we get to the character creation screen, if you're watching this later down the line, the VOD, you can, like, skip ahead, because I'm probably going to spend some time on there. Just letting you guys know. Either way, so important thing. There's a load game here because I was already testing a couple of things. I played a little bit just to test out some settings and whatnot. Some of you guys might be wondering, what is this new game and then hard mode? What's the deal here? Well, hard mode is actually an interesting take on Dragon's Dogma, and it's the mode that I personally prefer to play because it lets me get money faster. Because this is actually, in my opinion, it's a hard mode that is actually well done if you know what you're getting into. Because playing into this hard mode means you run up into a monster, try to melee it down, and it happens to be a big monster. It will one-shot you. It will just like legit one-shot you. No questions asked. That's something that you can expect from hard mode. Early on into the game, naturally, because as you progress and you get more armor and stuff, it's not going to be... You know, it's not going to be just straight up one shot, but they explain it here. This mode increases the damage the player takes and stamina consumption rate. It also greatly increases gold received by defeating enemies. Your previous save data will be overwritten. You can only have one save data in this game. You guys are like, I mean, you can only have one save? Yes. So if you want to have multiple saves, you're going to have multiple accounts on your PlayStation. You guys are wondering why? Why is that a thing? Because you're going to be creating a character called a pawn besides your main character. And that character is going to become available online for other people to use. This also means that if you get this game, you might look up my pawn and you can play with him, which is going to be one of the Double Dwarves. It's not going to be the main character, but he's going to be my my sidekick, so to speak. And you guys will be able to take him on adventures with you. And I will be trying to level them up as much as I possibly can as we do these streams and stuff. But naturally, since I have to stream and record and do all these other things, you guys will probably always be a little bit more leveled up than my dwarf. He's going to be a mage. There's a reasoning behind that. And the reason is I'm going to make him a mage simply because I need someone that deals tons of damage. Usually that's my side, because I want to be. In countless lifetimes come to pass. Le plaisir délicieux est toujours nouveau d'une occupation inutile. Delightful, ever novel pleasure of a useless occupation. Henri de Régnier. Meet Grigori. Treat others well, and they shall treat you well in kind. Oh, sweet! They actually saved my character! That is awesome. I thought that we were going into the tutorial first. But this is fine. Like, this already is my character. Good to go. Wait a second, this is wrong. This is not how this is supposed to go. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What the hell? There's a thing before... Stop it already. There's a scene before this one. There's supposed to be a scene before you begin there. I wonder if I have to like reset my save date. Huh. Now I can't play in hard mode? Yeah, I think something went wrong. Something went wrong there, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Save. I don't know why that happened. I was kind of happy that I could pick my character, but you guys would be missing out on the very start of the game, which, in my opinion, is somewhat important to the story. They didn't cut out the tutorial, James Barnes. It's just, for some reason, it seems to have counted me doing the tutorial on normal as it not showing up on hard. What the hell is going on here? Jesus. That took a while. Hard mode carries equipment in level 2, right? I don't know. I always just started in... Once they introduced hard mode, I always just started in hard mode, so I don't know. Also, something that made me very sad about this game was how they got rid of the original theme song. The original theme song was way cooler than this. It was like this rock song that they had, Japanese rock song that was real cool. Apparently hard mode skips the tutorial. No, that shouldn't be a thing. Pretty sure that shouldn't be a thing. But I'm about to find out. Yeah, I told you. Doesn't skip the tutorial. In another place, in another life, another child of man blazes your path. And this, in my opinion, is a really good introduction to the game, which is why I wanted to show you guys this.
How dark it's gotten. Have you a light
Turn on our turn.
source?
Welcome. This is not our dwarf. Also, I want to get rid of the tutorial quick. Tutorial messages. Although I'm probably going to forget some of this stuff, but it's not going to be. Okay, so very basic stuff here. L1 will trigger things that involve the weapon on your left hand. R1 will trigger things that involve the weapon on your right hand. So for instance, you can see right now on the lower left hand side, on the lower right hand side actually, our attacks. We got light attack. It's actually a combo. Also, this is good. Green bars. So you can have like that 3 attack combo right there. Then you have on the heavy attack thrust. I think you can actually charge it a little bit. Oh, actually no. Actually, if you hold it, looks like he does like a shield slam afterward. There you go. It's been a while since I last played it, so bear with me here. And then when you press L1 and R1, they act as modifiers. So for instance, L1 acts as a modifier for the shield. Also at the same time, it also blocks. That means that I can do shield summons. Now this is like a taunt right there. So if you're playing as a tank, this is a pretty useful thing to have. Then there's the symbol attack, which is just like a shield slam type deal. And then there's a shield strike. Now I don't remember exactly what the difference is between symbol and shield strike, but there are differences between them. So they're not particularly relevant right now. I'm going to be picking up some of these items here. These are important because they are items that you can use to heal yourself and whatnot. Now, like I said, this is not our character. This takes place in another world because it matters for the story. You guys will eventually understand it, so I'm not going to spoil it too much. All you need to know is that this is not us. This is somebody else. But it is a good introduction to the endgame. Like we can't open this door. I'm gonna move here. There's Grigori.
It shows itself. A fall here means certain death.
Arisen. I think we're the only ones who can actually understand the dragon. Either way, move on. So your pawns, this guy right now, Solaire, would be the pawn of this particular character, and your pawns will aid you like that. They will actually grab monsters and stuff and help you out. The dragon will pay for this sure as you draw breath. Now, an important thing to keep in mind is that in hard mode, they've mentioned that we consume more stamina. So if you're running, you're going to be consuming stamina, so keep that in mind.
Arisen. Watch your step.
Okay. So, right here is the... I don't even remember what the name of these things is, but it's basically a summoning stone. So this will connect you to the network, essentially. But it's like a network... there. It's a gateway to the rift.
Go and touch that stone.
And what this does is there's a bunch of these dudes called pawns, like this guy right here, Solaire. And the name is very apt, pawns, because basically they don't have any will of their own. So they're conditioned to obey to one who is known as the Arisen. And the Arisen
Go and touch that stone.
is basically someone who's been marked by a dragon. And what happens is the pawns are compelled to like obey and help out the Arisen as much as possible. Now, these pawns is what I was talking about when I said that we're going to be building a secondary character. And that character is going to be my pawn. And my pawn will be available in the Rift for everyone. Now, in the tutorial, I'm going to just touch this. They're going to give me 2 pawns. So there's an archer and a mage. Now, the mage can heal us, but this mage is actually pretty weak. It's Morgana and Quince. And as you can see, they're just ready to fight for us, and that's all they do. Now, I don't remember exactly how you command your Arisen.
On my way.
Oh, okay.
Very well.
Go,
I'm on my way.
help. Okay. So, basically, they can also enchant your weapons like she did right there. My sword is now in flames. But you can give them commands like to send them off to attack and stuff. It's just in hard mode. These commands are not particularly useful because they're going to be dying a lot, basically. Now, you got to be careful with those barrels. Like, if you hit those barrels... Oh, shit! You crazy bastard! If you hit those barrels with a regular weapon, they will not explode. But right now, my weapon is enchanted with fire. So it will blow everything up. And yeah, your pawns can also pick up that stuff and throw it. Now, the pawns were not particularly intelligent on the PlayStation 3 due to probably limits in the PS3's processor and that stuff. So I'm hoping they improve the AI, because improved AI on this game will be friggin' fantastic. Now, I'm not sure whether or not the AI is improved. I hope it is, because that would make such a huge difference. Stupid human? I'll save you, dude.
A survivor.
Okay, so that was actually a survivor here. Hey, bro. What's up?
Arisen, you've come. I fear our defeat is plain to see. We thought to inundate the worm with sheer numbers, a sea of blades. 'Twas a fool's hope.
Actually gonna increase the volume a little bit here.
Our sea runs dry, and the Duke's army is lost in the gambit. Arisen, I beg you, sir, grant vengeance to those who've fallen. If this be of use, I will give it gladly.
Did it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You are most kind, good sir. These. I actually don't need to be farming any items because I don't think we get any of the items that we...
More bodies.
It seems that they've tuned down the tutorial difficulty, though. Now, you can grab onto just about everything, and that includes you can grab onto these harpies. Just apparently, I can't get this one. Come here! Anyway, I'm gonna grab... Oh, you grabbed it. There. And you can keep her down while your dudes attack. Because the harpies will get away and they will run away. Also, you can... I think you can pick stuff up after it's dead. Sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, this is a heal, this little rift-looking thing. The spell effects, by the way, on this game, like, they're fucking fantastic. You know how in most games you have, like, a mage, right? And he goes, I'm shooting a little fireball, and a little fireball comes out and hits your target, right? Well, on this game, whenever a mage, like, casts a really powerful spell, it's like the fucking apocalypse is happening. You guys will see, later down the line, you guys will see, when I give my pawn, like, friggin' comets and shit, you guys will see him, like, you'll see a goblin and he'll go like, oh my god, fire the comets, rain death and destruction for one goblin. That's what people were telling me. Coin pouch? Ooh, nice. I'm not sure, again, I'm not sure if I get to keep this money. I hope I do, though. That'd be nuts, starting off with 4. Not too shabby. Happy. Shield slam! Shield slam! Notice how much damage they just dealt right there. You nearly got killed. Which is why I was waiting on that heal. stuff. Now, as you notice, whenever we take damage, your health doesn't fully restore. Like, you will have to actually eat food and drink potions and stuff once you take too much damage to make up for the fact that you've taken that much damage.
Strike it when it alights!
In a way, it almost works kind of like with Monster Hunter, how once you've been hunting for a while, you just kind of start losing stamina. Oh, I grabbed it. There.
Now, bring fire! Strength in numbers, Arisen.
Now, this time around, for those of you wondering, I'm probably going to be playing as a Mystic Knight.
When it alights!
Because last time I played as an Assassin. I gotta be honest, Assassin is probably my favorite class in this game. Because it can actually play, not as a tank, but it can play a sword and shield, and it's very agile. Feels really good. But for the sake of diversity, this time around, I'll play as a Mystic Knight.
Survivors, let's join them.
These harpies can also put you to sleep, which is why they're so dangerous and you want to kill them fast. Again, I'm not going to be checking every little nook and cranny in here, so let's just move. Bros.
Arisen! This way, sir!
This way, sir!
The worm awaits beyond, sir. I should be proud to guide you.
Anytime.
We'd hidden away here,
Feel it
for
close
fear
by.
of the beasts all around.
Ever ready as we advance.
Arisen! This way,
Do
sir!
not suffer the worm to work
Our
any
army
further
is
against
routed.
us.
'Tis plain truth. Beyond that grand
Chimera. Nom 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 nom. The audio is too loud. I can nerf it down a little bit. Chimera. Okay, so the really cool thing for those of you who've never seen this is that you can chop up the different sections of this monster. That is really satisfying. Like, let me see if I can... Problem here is I can get one shot at the blink of an eye. I gotta be a little bit careful. Damn it. Messed up. Now I need to regen my stamina. Okay, Salde, good job. We first want to work on the tail. There we go. There's the tail chop. Next up, we want to work on the goat head, because the goat head is what casts spells. I'm going to start working on the lion's head, because eventually we'll have to deal damage to that as well. Oh wow, the NPCs are doing a real good job at focusing the goat head. They weren't this good on PS3, I'm pretty sure. Goat head is down. That leaves the lion head. Ooh, please tell me. Oh, I didn't run out of stamina, thank God. I thought I was going to run out of stamina. He's burning, he's going to die. Win! And I know I made that look easy because I kind of already know how to play the game. But you get hit by one attack of that dude, most likely you'll die.
Flee or step forward. Take hold of what lies beyond. Claim mastery over the eternal ring.
Get Peter Molyneux in. And countless lifetimes come to pass. So that was a long time ago in a different world. Since then, a lot of time has passed. And now it begins that section. Le plaisir délicieux est toujours nouveau d'une occupation inutile, d'un poème symboliste français, Henri de Régnier. Apparently I turned off subtitles. Oops. Meet Grigori. Now we're going to have to create our character from scratch. This is going to take a while. Luckily, if you're watching the VOD, you can skip ahead, but if you're on the live stream with me, you're going to have to bear with me. However, you will get to see just how much detail there is in this character creation. It is insane. So this is a moniker in case in some language your name happens to be a bad word. I think I was doing 5. 5 works. Obviously, we're going to make more detailed edits because this is just way too simple. Stars, preset faces I was already studying. I like this. We'll make this guy into a dwarf. Okay? This guy right here is going to be a dwarf. Just wait. First, I'm going to start with eyes. I want him to have, like, bigger eyes. Was it this one? Might be the number. These eyes, maybe. I'll have to see it with the beard, because he doesn't have the beard just yet. Now, brows, we want thick brows. Obviously, dwarves have thick brows. Thick eyebrows. This works. Thick-ass eyebrows. I'm not going to touch the nose. The nose is whatever. I mean, I guess we could have, like, a thicker nose. Something like this. A little bit more dwarvish. But it's also too raised. I don't know. I'll stick this. I'm not very good at doing noses. Definitely don't want to touch the mouth. And again, maybe I should. Brrr. Bum 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 bum. I even like the music on the character creations. Because they didn't mess with it too much. So good. Ears are fine. Now, in terms of bodies. Stature. We don't want him to be the shortest. We want him to be one above short. In terms of weight, we want it to be one lower from heavy. Because we don't want him to just be a fat bastard that can't even move, right? Give him a little bit of a tan. Because our dwarf's been out in the sun for a while. Now, in terms of musculature, you guys know dwarves are bulky as fuck. They're thick. Friggin' thick. In terms of torso. Big beefy. Big and beefy. One it is. I wish there was one to like change the size of the head. I'm not sure if there is one. There might be one, but I'm not gonna mess with it. Yeah, I think I was doing 5 for the arms. This is good enough. Now, in terms of legs, they need to be a little bit thicker. Was there one? I think it was one. Or was it 2? Just the thing is, also, you got to keep in mind that I want my character to look good in armor. And some armor just kind of starts protruding all over itself. That's why I'm scared to sometimes make him a little bit too fat. Because then he looks bad in armor. Now, in terms of stance, he's going to be imposing, macho. Then the scars, I want him to also have scars in his arms. Right there. We're going to give him a couple of wrinkles, because dwarves have wrinkles, like that. But you can really make him look old. Like, look at this, you know? This character creation screen just has so many options. It's insane. Too good. Too good. In terms of beard, I'm going to give him this one. But there are... No, there's actually a better one. Yeah, this one. This one's even got, like, the braided bits, which is very, very dwarvish. I also like this hairstyle, so we're going to keep that hairstyle, but there's plenty of more hairstyles if you want to mess with that. Including, you can even give him female hairstyle if you want to. Like, the character creation in this game is just flat out insane with the amount of stuff you can do. There's even an afro if you're into that. Big, long hair. This. Can even give him friggin' handlebars. It's insane. You can do a lot of really cool shit. But yeah, this is the way our dude's gonna look. Now, once I have the basic here, I'm gonna go into face shape. I'm gonna make him look a little bit more dwarvish. Like, see 14 over there? That's good. Like, it brings out the cheeks. I like 14. I don't think that there's a better one. I think 14 is pretty good. Okay, we actually went through this reasonably fast, so there you go. This would be our dwarf. And notice how different he is from the original face we began with, you know? To give you guys an idea, I'm going to go back to that initial face just to show you. This is what it looked like when we began. He looked like this. This is what he looks like now. Okay? It is insane the amount of customization you can do, both for male and female characters. This might be one of the best character creation in a game that I've ever seen. Because you know how some games are like, oh, you can move the cheeks this way or that way, and you end up always making a character that looks like an asshole. You know? Because you always fuck up too much with the cheekbones and the jawline. In here, they give you just tons and tons of presets, each of them bringing its own style. And in my opinion, it is a better solution than, oh, I want to adjust the cheekbone density and make it come further and backward and the nose. And this is a better solution, in my opinion. I think this might be the best character creation I've ever seen in a video game. It's like, this game doesn't even have dwarves. And I'm making a dwarf in this game. That's how good shit is. Now, we have the facial hair. We have the wrinkles, the scars. Now we just need to adjust colors. Now, you guys know that I like to have the hair orange, fiery orange. There's this one, but this one's a bit too fluorescent. So fiery orange, just like the Troll Slayers in Warhammer. For those of you who don't know, I'm fascinated by the Troll Slayers in Warhammer. I'm actually going to brighten up the skin a little bit just so that you get a bit more contrast with the hair and the brow and that stuff. We don't have makeup, so it doesn't matter. And in terms of eyeballs, gonna make them green, which is my one redeeming feature. I could do it this way, but it almost goes too white. It's weird. Like, I wish there was a green that wasn't this strong, but there isn't like a green that matches my eyes. Yeah, there's no green that actually matches my eyes, so I guess I have to do. Still indecisive about the eye color. I always try to make the eyes of my characters match mine as closely as possible. But it's very hard. So yeah, this is going to be the green. And this is our character. Which, as you can see, looks pretty similar to the character we had before. There you go. Meet Rurikon. Dwarf number 1. Yeah, I never really created a female character, so I don't know about boob physics, jiggle physics. I wish it was 60 FPS, but I can understand why it's not. The game has tons of high-res texture. And the game just looks good. Even though it's old, this is like a 5-year-old game at this point. So as far, my opinion, looks fucking fantastic for a 5-year-old.
Hear ye! The prophets have spoken, friends. The dragon's return is nigh. Join the honourable Duke's ranks and help us be rid of the fell beast. The day's come to lay down rod and reel and take up the sword.
It's the dragon! Get to the boat, quickly! Go! Pick up fire!
Challenge the dragon. Come here, Grigori. I ain't scared of you. I'm trying to grab onto him because you can climb onto him. Gonna get him right in the heart. Right in the heart, I'll get him. Right in the armpit. Smack him in the armpit. He just punted the dwarf. Who does that? Who does that? Yeah, but I got him. I got him real good. Look at that. I got him. Maybe I didn't get him.
Estesta Nisti Mi Escurate et Malaga.
Help me! He's still alive!
If the Escurate face me, take up arms, newly arisen.
So, I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions like, the dragon ripped out your heart. Why are you still alive? Well, that is part of the Arisen ritual. The dragon elevated us, ascended us, made us into a greater being by ripping out our heart. We are, I believe that's like a justification for us being immortal right now, I think. Either way, you guys are probably looking at this and you're like, oh, Rurikon, you're totally just going to grab the sword, right? Ooh. Ooh. And I've given you guys an explanation for this. Like, at the start of this game, in hard mode, you will get wrecked repeatedly if you try and go melee. I mean, sure, you can do it. It's really challenging. You can do it. But also, the Strider has, in my opinion, a better stat distribution for the character that I want to make, which is the Mystic Knight. Now, if you really wanted to make a meta Mystic Knight, which is like Mystic Knight that would deal fuck tons of damage, then you would probably want to go Mage. But I want to make a proper hybrid Mystic Knight, which is not the meta way. It's not the best way of playing the game. It's just the way that I want to be playing it. I want to balance my stats out. And the best way to balance stats is through Strider. And also Strider makes it easier for you to play at the start of the game in hard mode because you have a bow. You can stay at range from big evil beasties. So we're going to start as a Strider. Exit the room. We don't actually have anything. Water. We'll take up this. I don't know if I need blank. I think eventually you. I remember having so many items. Because eventually you're going to get a stash as well. Definitely don't want to rocks. There's a limit to how much you can carry in here. Very much like Demon Soul. So you want to be careful that you only take stuff that actually does matter. Like Mithridate over there, that matters.
You say it left a glowing scar?
Yes. The wound has closed, and it seems the worst has passed, but his heart lies silent.
If you would face me.
Actually, it seems to make more noise than before.
Yes.
Ill magic, the work of some curse. The whole world's already gone mad for fear of this dragon. Won't no good come of this? I must go see to the others, Kina. Tell me if aught changes here.
All
Scared. Scrag of Beast. Green Varsh.
You should be abed. I wish you would not strain yourself so. I worry for you, cuz.
She calls us cuz because everybody in this village calls themselves cuz. We're not actually related.
The chief says your injury could be a curse from the dragon. If so, that's not something I know how to heal. But there must be a way.
Yeah, there's a way. We're going to take up arms and become the newly arisen. Green Varish, very important. You want to pick up as much of that as possible. When you start grabbing empty bottles and stuff, you can actually stock up on oil as well. Oil is also important because it is what you use to burn a light with your lantern. Yeah, there's a lot of depth to it. You guys would be surprised. Berries are also good because they will restore your health. Eyes are also good. Yes. You can take pretty much every item in here. It's almost like Skyrim in there. Ooh, flask of water. What is water used for? I think you can put out fires and stuff. Like if you're on fire, you can use water to put it out. If I don't remember correctly, though. You guys want subtitles? I'll turn on subtitles. I'm not gonna turn on subtitles. Fuck that noise. Pawns chat way too much. You can also turn it off, but sometimes I like listening to it. I just don't like seeing it on screen. Activity, minimap rotation off. Map display on. Main pawn online access. Anyone? Okay. Have to press X to save change. Also, I should save game. This is one of those games that uses manual saves, and a lot of times you can lose a lot of progress if you don't save. So make sure you save and save often. I cannot tell you how many times I've lost hours upon hours of progress simply because I did not save often enough. He's pretty athletic for a dwarf, huh? How do I... Okay. How do I draw my... An R2 file. L2 is for sheathing. 1 is for... Oh. Kind of weird having L1 shoot you. Anyway, let's just go through mostly the main quest. Because I want to have access to the Mystic Knight as soon as possible. Meet your first pawn. That's the mark of the pawns, or the mark of the Arisen, I forget. Either way, he's basically bound me.
That man you were speaking with, he's of the Pawn Legion. They come from some unknown place, just appear without a warning. They're a strange lot. Not human, quite. They look the part, sure enough, but they lack the will, the spark, what drives us. They have no capacity to feel nor act alone, so they live as sellswords. Myrmidons, they're called.
Myrmidons.
There's an encampment west of the village where men gather to face the dragon. I'd wager a fair number of his kind will be there as well. Why don't you take him? Might be you learn aught of why he came to you in the first place.
Before leaving, visit the store to make sure you've ample supplies.
Already given away his advice. What I would like to visit the store for is to check that we have all the quests. This is where you can get like side quests and stuff. So, ooh, there's an explanation now. I guess there's all. So you can pick up as many of these as you want.
Are your travel preparations complete?
And then as you complete them, you will make money, so it's not a... You seem to have a main quest.
That pawn will be looking to head west to the encampment, no doubt. Why don't you see him there? He'll not make the trip on his own. His kind'll rot where they stand, unless a human orders them to move. Why not see that pawn to the end?
Oh, I guess. Okay. Anyway, let's go. Still the same loading screens. I wish they would have optimized the loading screen situation as well. That could have been something. Then again, that might mess too much with the game's systems.
To the encampment. This path should see us there.
Rabbits. Hunting wabbits. Wait, I can't... I thought I'd be able to, like...
This road is frequented by peddlers.
Oh, this rabbit just didn't drop anything. I forget. Yeah, they drop stuff. So basically at this point, you can go to a lot of places in the world, even though we're going to be sticking to the main quest. But at this point, they just kind of set you loose. I actually think I have a quest to kill rabbits too. That's also why I'm killing them. Save the peddler.
Vanquishing foes earns you experience, discipline, and
They got him. Notice how well, actually they didn't get him yet. They're about to get him though. I really don't want to melee these gobos because they'll kill me. Headshots do deal more damage. The reason I'm firing so fast is because I'm trying to save this guy before he dies. Yeah, I am. Did I hit you?
That was far too close.
Also notice the detail on how the arrow is actually sticking on the tree. It's so good.
Reynard, a traveling salesman, though those damnable beasts ruined my wares. But thanks to you, it was only wares I lost. I'll consider it a bargain. You have my thanks.
Now this guy can die, and that will make you basically fail this quest. There are certain quests in this game that you can lose permanently, so you want to be careful and make sure that if you take on quests that have a time limit, make sure that you complete those. Like, I remember I lost a major quest in my last playthrough simply because I didn't know that time limits were a thing, and I was never able to do that quest again. That is something that can happen in this game. Keep that in mind. I can take oil if I had an empty flask. I believe I should... Am I not able to empty flasks of water? Is that not a thing? Also, I just got a cloak, so... No. There's a different screen for equipment. It's so complicated that the UI in this game could have really used a touch-up. Now we have a cloak. Any piece of equipment that you equip onto your character instantly changes the way your character looks. Yes, unlimited arrows, but the thing about arrows is they don't deal that much damage. Like, they're great for killing rabbits and whatnot, but they don't deal that much damage. So usually when you're using your bow, you'll usually be firing stuff like 3 full of the arrow right there. And you'll notice that that consumes quite a bit of stamina, so you become limited by the amount of stamina that you have. See? Look at that. And usually, whenever you're firing your bow, you're going to be firing, you know, magical arrows. You're not just going to be like, pop, pop. I mean, at the start, I'll do it, for sure. But later down the line, that's not what you want to be doing.
Should the enemy prove too powerful, there is no shame in fleeing. You'll find ore, plants, and other materials at harvest points.
Kindling is pretty useful. Actually, I don't even know what kindling is. We've reached the place. And we also gain, you see there's 2 currencies. This is not premium currency, rift crystals. At least I don't think it is. Was it a premium currency? But basically it's a currency that you will gain if people use your pawn. So it is in your best interest to make a good pawn that people will want to use.
Can you hear our voice? If memory serves.
Heed the voice. So I think we have to go and create our pawn now. Which means going into the character creation yet again. This is Mercedes. I remember her. Oh, and by the way, you can romance any character in the game. The romance is decided at the end of the game, depending on how many presents you give the character. It's interesting because a lot of players ended up with the blacksmith as their romantic interest, because yes, you can do male-to-male romantic interests, because they would give him gifts in order to have access to better equipment, and then basically he became their romantic interest.
Can you hear our voice? We speak to you from across great distance. The Pawn Legion has awaited you. Pray, forgive this strange and impersonal greeting. This rift serves as a gate. It connects our kind to your world. It opens to the Arisen, for they possess a will powerful enough to guide the Legion. If you would claim to be among the Arisen, prove the strength of your resolve. Very well. Then we shall guide you in your trial. If you are an Arisen in truth, this humble task will prove no obstacle. The Arisen must possess the valor to stand against all threats, and the power to quell them. A tireless spirit of self-improvement grants the strength to lead the Legion. Pray, show it now.
Shall we search the area?
Do they have... I think they have a quest log. Go check that out. Grab as many of them as I can.
Hurry!
There may be prowling monsters about.
Go ahead and grab this, which will probably have a bunch of quests for us. Yep. Okay, I'm just making sure that I don't accept anything that... Recyclops. Making sure I don't accept anything that has a time limit. Undergo training. The first time I actually finished the game, my love interest was an underage child. It's kind of weird. Actually, I'm not sure if she's underage. Jailbait. This is what happens when you get tired. Your character just kind of falls to the ground. Now I'm shooting him in the face, and he one-shotted me. Actually, no, the goblins one-shotted me. Yep, that's how easy you go down. That is literally how easy you go down. Now, luckily, the game probably saved as we exited the door, hopefully, so we didn't lose that much time. But I think what killed me was actually the Gobos, not the Cyclops. Oh yeah, monsters will also in range from time to time. And they can one-shot you. Now you can climb these guys. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. You can climb them and attack them straight in the eye with melee attacks, but like I said, he can one-shot us, so we're not gonna do that. Make a pincushion out of your face. I think we hit him right in the eyeball there. Naturally, the eyeball is a particularly weak spot on these guys. And they will protect it after a while. Oh, we set him on fire. This is why I like being a Strider at the start. You guys saw how easy we went down right there.
Was a close scrape, that. Let us return to the encampment.
Wormwood sap. Ooh, look at the bags of money. That's what I'm talking about. Money! 10,000. 10,000 gold for taking out a Cyclops. My man. Oh, sweet. A berry spot. Now, don't worry about it. Our character's not always going to be the guy in the back. Once we get to Mystic Knight levels, things are going to change. There's still a while to go before that. Yes, and as Endless Warrior says, you can also go straight to Bitter Black Island, which is the DLC area from the start if you want to. But you don't have to. You can. Now you'll see that a lot of more things are showing up. These are other pawns that we can basically speak to, and we can recruit them to join us. Either way, we're going to try to go straight through the main quest until I can become a Mystic Knight.
Shall we search the air?
With that, your trial is complete. You are the Arisen in truth, proven beyond any doubt. Now, I bid you select a companion for the journey ahead. They shall serve you, and you alone, to share in your hardships and aid you in every endeavor.
Althix, I don't know if it's just a PC version ported to PS4. I don't think this has 4K because I was trying it out with the PS4 with 4K enabled. I didn't notice a big difference from that to 1080p. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but if it does, it's not not a big deal. Oops, no. Can't be called Rurikon. I'm Rurikon. Need to call him something else. I think I called him Sacramore. I could call him something else. Audric Tarun. M. Bison. Mega Man. What do we have with MO? Monica, Momo, Monty. Monty. There you go. Obviously, we're going to go with the same body type, but we're going to change his face. Let's make him a little bit older. I want him to be older because, like, mages are usually a little bit older. Let's see what kind of face we would want to go with. Essentially this. Except I'd like him to keep his eyes open if at all possible. You know, keeping your eyes open, kind of a big requirement for me. There's one that's got like elvish, not elvish, it's got like braids onto the side. I'd like to get that one if I can remember where the frack that is. Dun, dun, here we go. This is good. Dun, 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 dun. Is he max wrinkles? Old. Let's have him open his eyes, though. Not too much, though. Let's give him that thick dwarven brow. He's already got a thick dwarven nose, so we don't have to touch that. I don't want him to have the same scars I do, though. Go with a slash across the face. Maybe just a busted up face. How about a busted up face and busted up arms? That's right. This dwarf has seen some shit. He has seen some shit. Okay, hairstyle's good. I still want to change the beard. But now let's talk about face shape. Actually, let's do the beard first. Facial hair. Give him the big ass wizard beard. Good shit. Give him a wider mouth. Should do it. Now let's change the face shape. He's like the dwarven Gandalf, basically. That's what he is. Like 34. Which one was that I had on mine? On mine I used 14. 30 looks good. 30's got a bigger forehead. 30's alright. Check out a couple more. I think 30 works. Mine's also good. 30 works. I'm not done making my edits. Preset bot. No. None of that. The preset body is good. Stature. He's not gonna be musculature. Not gonna be as chiseled as my dude because he's a mage. Torso. These torsos. Some of these torsos are so bad. I think he's a little bit too heavy, right? Let's actually make him about the same build as my own character. Make him a little pale because he's been studying a lot. Been out studying books and shit. Chiseled. Now we make him fat through the torso. And the arms and shit. Give him that nice dwarven physique. He's an old dwarf, okay? Deal with it. So he's a little bit thinner, you know? He hasn't been eating as well. Stance. Gotta be a little bit more neutral. Just have him be more neutral. Features. Scars, wrinkle, facial hair, color adjustment. I want the eyes to match my own, because I like to pretend that they're brothers. Double dwarves. We got the hair down, so we would just like to do hair color. Well, I like the pink. Good shit. Interesting. Apparently there's a set of colors that you have access to. I'm gonna make him Silver Fox. Right. Maybe he was once one of these, but it's fading out. It looks like a corpse almost. Boom. He's Santa Claus. We've officially made a dwarven Santa Claus. Dude, this is our mage right here. This is our mage. He has seen some shit, people. Looks like he's been skipping leg day. No. He's fine. Yes. When faced with danger, which trait would you most value in a follower? An iron will, careful preparation, the charisma to lead others. Quick thinking when faced with danger. Iron will. While in battle, which strategy would you prefer your follower to employ? Strike at the strongest foes. Your follower rescues your party and turns the tide of the entire battle. What would you have them say? Leave them to me. As a ruler, which gift would please you the most? A magic potion that preserves youth, a brave and just hero to succeed you, the perfect spouse, majestic white steed. Perfect spouse. Select a vocation. Mage. My brother from another mother. Meet Modric. The Dwarven Legolas.
Our fealty is sworn to you, Arisen. From this day, the Legion's men called pawns live and die by your command.
And now we have access to pawns. Now the first thing you'll want to do is get rid of Rook, because he kind of sucks. And this is something that I'm going to be doing probably out of streams before we begin our streams. I will be optimizing our loadouts. Actually, Rook is level 6, so he's not that bad. But he's not that great either. And again, at this level, we're not going to be getting a whole lot of stuff. So, anyway, how do I... Oh, I gotta go. Search. Pawns by level. Select level 5 so that it doesn't cost us anything. Upon status, yada yada yada, yada yada yada. I know how that works. Change the search conditions. We want to look for sorcerers. So the difference between a mage and a sorcerer is that the mage can heal, the sorcerer... Well, the mage can heal and buff and do other things, and the sorcerer is more about dealing damage. So even though our pawn right now is a mage, the goal is to make him a sorcerer. But what we need right now is a warrior. The warrior is the tank archetype. So we'll keep Rook for now, and we'll just get ourselves a warrior to tank. Is there no... There's no level 5 warriors. Really? There's no level 5 warriors. I mean, there's a fighter over here, I guess. Oh, that's right, because warriors need to be level 10, you idiot. So I need to get a fighter, not a warrior. I totally forgot about that. Change search conditions, not warrior, fine. Now I want someone who is using shield summons, so we got shield summons and symbol attack on whatever this guy. Thane. Also got Skyward Slash and Blitz Strike. Skyward Slash is really whatever. Let's grab this. Oh, he's already in the rift. Name's Thane. There he is. Hello, Thane. Join me.
I am honored to travel with you.
Thank you. Now we leave. But this is how it works. So usually you can have up to 4 party members. That means you, your pawn, and 2 more. And I always like to have a mage and a tank. Because my own dude is like damage sorcerer. So that means I'll have a damage sorcerer, a healer, a tank. Right now because I'm a strider. Because eventually I'm going to not have a tank. And I'm probably going to grab a ranger or something that shoots from long range. Deal damage.
A master and his pawn, is it? You'll be quite the force come the day you learn to fight as one. Mind you, that is a skill better honed in practice than in the heat of mortal combat. I can help in that regard, should you wish it.
This dude is the tutorial for you to...
Let me be clear from the outset. I'm a harsh master. You'll complete 3. Each serve.
Yeah.
There are the first task is carry. You're free to many.
This is like super easy. It's just stuff to do with your pawns. And this is a cool thing, which is when a pawn learns how to kill something, he can tell you. So like for instance, say my pawn killed a Cyclops. He'll know the weak spot in the Cyclops is his eye. Say you're a new player, you enlist my pawn. My pawn will tell you, go for his eyes! You know, that kind of stuff, which I think is also a very cool skill. What am I supposed to do now? I'm supposed to grab stuff and whatnot. I think there's a couple of...
The deadline draws near. You must hurry, there's no time!
Enough! Well done. Meet each challenge with that vigor, and you'll make for a fine warrior afore long. Next is combat training. You'll face my Scarecrow army here. Destroy them before my count ends. A large group will be of help again, but you must choose your companions wisely.
Yeah.
We'll begin as you'll set about.
I feel...
Destroy the Scarecrow.
Force alone will topple them. I'll spell it with a spell.
I don't even know where they are.
The Scarecrow's weak to blow deadline. You must hurry, there's no time! We have triumphed.
Well done. Right. There. If you're not there, we'll begin at well.
I feel more. Force alone will topple them. I'll spell it with a spell. This scarecrow's weak to blows. Just hurry, there's no time. Strength in numbers.
We have triumphed.
Enough! That's the fastest I've ever seen it. Well done. See now the difference. Well, you'll learn the...
See how much we've learned from doing that? God damn it! Look at all we've learned.
We best keep our party full. No harm in being prepared.
But see, Thane now knows. Thane probably didn't do this training. And now he knows how to do it. There you go. That's how it works. Like, you also teach pawns, even if it's someone else's pawn. So, like, for instance, if you take my pawn and you go fight a big mean dragon, my pawn is going to come back with that knowledge, and he's going to tell me the weak spots and all these other things of that big mean dragon. So, it's a two-way street, basically. You'll learn from things that I've killed using my pawn. My pawn will learn from things that you've killed using my pawn. This motherfucker. Hey Nacho, I'm going to be building Mystic Knight. So we started with this, and then we're going to go Mystic Knight. Oh, I'll take the hat spit sauce, and I'll take the liquid vim, and I'll take whatever this is. The war bugle. I don't even know what these things are. I gotta be careful, because like eventually I'll become too heavy. I have a bad tendency for doing that. Hey bro.
Have all you need? We are an end for. We can safeguard you. Have your pick. Any you like.
Oh yeah, I think I'm supposed to chill out now.
I am Mercedes. I lead the men of the Enlistment Corps. I've heard talk of the Arisen. They say you hold dominion over the pawns. I've ordered pawns to take up swords and fight myself. But they are a clumsy lot. I cannot call them into this world as you do, though, nor make traveling companions of them. What manner of magic lets you command them so?
I'm the Arisen.
Well, it matters not.
Raphael Isel, I might do a full Let's Play, depending on whether or not you guys are interested in watching a full Let's Play. So, hitting the like button, all that stuff, leaving comments. Depending on how that goes, I will continue to play it.
The dragon is come. I'll welcome any help, be it pawn, arisen, farmer, or fishwife. Make use of the encampment as you please. Are you in need of rest? As you will. Repose is the better part of...
Meet the Hydra. I'm calling for help because I want him to like enchant me with fire. You do not want to be in the way when that thing is moving. Speaking of which, can I save right now? That'd be so good if I could. By the way, your pawns don't take as much damage as your character does. Chopped off a head with arrows.
I am impressed.
I'll be damned! This your handiwork? For truth? Oh, what did the lack of an Hydra doing here anyway?
Ancient tales of the Arisen are well and good, friend. But make a gift of these heads to the Duke, and you might earn yourself a real title. Arisen. I see better now from whence the legends arose. Good judgment, swift footwork. Impressive, truly. In any case, the Duke will want to know of this attack. I'd hoped to gather a larger force before leaving for the capital. But the Hydra's head and the Arisen who claimed it make up the difference amply. I cannot say what the past may hold. You'll need your strength. It will be slow going with the cart. I dare say you'll have no trouble catching up. We'll meet at the Way Castle. Till then, I bid you rest well. 'Tis a long road ahead.
So this is the main quest now, is to go to Grancis.
I've gained quest
I feel more familiar with
Getting ahead.
I shall restore
The puns.
Leave it to me.
Regroup with Sir Mercedes. Now, before we do that, vocation rank increased. Now, an important thing is also you'll want to max out all vocations eventually, but you'll want to do that when you level up enough with the class that you want to level up, because always remember, leveling up as a certain class will give you certain stats. So if you start leveling up all classes early on, like right now, you're going to basically put your stats all over the place. However, the reason you will want to level up all classes is because there's passive skills that you can use across classes. It's nice to have a lot of those options available to you. But again, always remember, first level up the class that you really want to level up, and then once you think you're not going to level up for a while, you can start maxing out the other classes. Ah, money. You were hiding money. Money, motherfucker. There's also pawns that will start to populate your world dynamically, like this one. So basically, you look at her, she's level 9, she's called Momo, you can enlist her, but it costs Rift Coins. So you can actually enlist pawns that are more powerful than you, but it costs you Rift Coins. Which is something that I don't tend to do, because like, you know, pawns that are more powerful than me, that means they're going to carry, and I don't like being carried, as you guys are well aware. First journal entry. Making sure I grab as many good stuff as I possibly can before on. Green Varish, maybe? No? No Green Varish? Okay. Game looks beautiful on PS4. I mean, it also looks beautiful on PC. I believe I've made a video about the PC version as well. It looks real good. You guys know me. I tend to prefer playing games on console whenever possible. So, yeah. Good stuff. Now, the next quest is to basically move on and start heading towards Grancis. And I'm not going to be changing my pawns for that, but we do have additional quests. Let's grab whatever we have here. Hounded by Fate. Wolves. Like I said, I don't think there's a limit to how many quests you grab. So just grab them all. Just be sure that there's not a time limit on it, particularly if it's an important quest. Either way, these are the Double Dwarves, Rurikan and Modric. You can see Modric over here. You will be able to recruit Modric and take him with you on adventures because I made him available to anyone. I think you can actually search pawns by name in the Rift. So if you just look for Modric, I think it also tells you the username, the PSN username of the person who's the owner of the pawn. If you guys look for Modric owned by Rurikan, you will be able to use him, play with him. I would, however, because I remember a lot of people like gearing him up and stuff. I just want to let you know, if he comes back all geared up, I'm going to trash the gear. Because I like to play at my own pace, so you guys can take him on adventure and stuff, gear him up, but I'm trashing the gear once he... Either way, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm going to stop the stream here for now. A lot of people are asking whether or not I'm going to do a full playthrough of this game. I'm up for it. If you guys are up for watching it, it seems like a lot of you guys have interest in watching. So therefore, just make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here, so that you're always notified when there's new live stream, new video, all that good stuff. And comments and feedback in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. Thank you all very much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.